So Dragon Ball Magic was announced not too long ago, and I'm kinda neutral on it at the moment. On one hand, I'm glad we're finally getting new Dragon Ball content. On the other hand, I wanted Dragon Ball Super to come back. It's not that I won't give it a shot, I love anything Dragon Ball related, but the fact that Supreme Kai and Goku will be turned to kids again kinda gives me Dragon Ball GT vibes. GT was cool and all, but I don't like it as much as the original Dragon Ball. I can count on my hand the amount of things I actually liked from GT. Of course I loved Super Saiyan 4, and Super 17 was dope too. And we can't forget Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The Shadow Dragons were pretty cool too. But as a whole, Dragon Ball GT compared to the original Dragon Ball is meh. Something I can think of that interests me in Dragon Ball Magic though is how powerful the Supreme Kai is. I remember they hyped him up at the beginning of the Majin Buu arc in the World Martial Arts Tournament, with Piccolo being afraid to combat him, but later on he just took a backseat to Gohan after Buu was resurrected. Also, since the Supreme Kai was transformed into a kid, does that mean the lifespan of Beerus was extended or lengthened? We learn in Dragon Ball Super that the Destroyers and Supreme Kai's lives are linked, so I'm interested in what this means for Beerus. But I doubt Beerus will have a role in Dragon Ball Magic, or even be present for that matter. It seems like they're taking their sweet time before Dragon Ball Super, the anime, comes back, and that's fine and all, but it's been years since the Tournament of Power, and the Dragon Ball Super manga is about 3 arcs ahead, I believe. Those being the Moral Arc, Granola Arc, and Superhero Arc respectively. I'm sure everyone is ready for the Moral Arc at least, because I've been ready since I don't know how long. I've also wondered if the Dragon Ball Magic anime will be incorporated into the upcoming Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 game. I can't say I'm too excited for Dragon Ball Magic the anime at the moment, but I know I'd love to play through the story on the new Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 game, or even play through it on Xenoverse 2. Yes, I do still play Xenoverse 2, and I'm an avid player, but I only still play because of the mods. Xenoverse 2 is kinda lackluster without the mods. And speaking of Xenoverse 2, I really hope we at least get Xenoverse 3 by 2025 or before that. We've been waiting for that for years as well. Playing with all the mods on Xenoverse 2 shows me that Xenoverse 3 will have tons of potential, but the developers still have to manage everything correctly. Back to Dragon Ball Magic, I'm curious to see if Goku will still be able to utilize Ultra Instinct as a child whenever he's on the brink. Ideally, since I've heard it's going to be short, then we might not even get that much shown. But if so, I wonder if Ultra Instinct will be able to transcend Goku's child body like Super Saiyan 4 did. Ultra Instinct is an angelic power, so it wouldn't surprise me if they added that in. But all in all, I'm still wanting the Dragon Ball anime and even the Dragon Ball manga to be back to where it should be. It would be dope if Dragon Ball Magic also adopted a manga, but I'm not getting my hopes up. And more so, I'm really hoping that after Dragon Ball Magic wraps up, that they'll solely focus on Super and manage to cover all the loose ends of the 10 years after Z, so that we can truly move on passing Z and move beyond that. Now, even though the web anime might not be that long, I feel like they are wanting to show us this adventure for Goku and the Supreme Kai for a reason, which could literally just be a cash grab for them, but it could honestly be very good if they execute it correctly. We could get more lore on the Kais, and since the Supreme Kai and the God of Destruction's lives are linked like I said earlier, we could possibly even get some God of Destruction lore, or what led up to Beerus becoming a God of Destruction. But I admit that is a long shot. The lore I've personally been waiting years for is the Makaioshin lore, or the demon or dark variants of the Supreme Kais. In my opinion, lore on the Makaioshin would be dope, but I'd want that to be something portrayed in Super or Beyond Z, like I said. The Demon Realm is also a very high interest in the Dragon Ball community because of its mysteriousness and intrigue. It's been subtly hinted at in the show and even being mentioned in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But even still, it hasn't been shown yet. I believe that there could be entities in the Demon Realm that rival the Gods of Destruction and even possibly the Angels. But it's all about how the writers incorporate it into the story. But I'm just saying, with all the possibilities in the future of Dragon Ball, it's looking really good. And even if the web anime doesn't happen, or it's not what people are looking for, just the way the manga has been and how the anime ended by the end of the Tournament of Power, I'm sure we'll get something special for Dragon Ball by 2025. And also, whenever the new Budokai Tenkaichi game releases, I'm definitely going to be covering it on this channel and possibly having gameplay and mod videos once the game has been out for a while. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that. And also, if there are any updates to the Dragon Ball Magic web anime, I'll probably make a video on it in the future. If it seems promising, that is. But if not, I'll still just have regular Dragon Ball content coming out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys excited for it, or are you guys just wanting Super to come back? Just let me know. Until next time, guys, later.